Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're coming in, please invite a friend. How is everyone doing this evening? I am excited, excited, excited. This week, like this week right here, is International Nanny, excuse me, International Nanny Recognition Week. So, first of all, let me start by recognizing all my nanny friends all around the globe. Welcome to my broadcast and celebrate yourself this week. Whatever you do, I don't care if nobody else celebrates you, celebrate yourself. As a nanny, this is our week. Let's get busy celebrating because we have important work that we do. So celebrate. Second of all, let me introduce myself to those of you who don't know me while other friends are coming in. My name is Angela. I am also known as Ask the Nanny all across social media. I am a new parent content creator and new parent consultant. I am also a professional career nanny and a newborn care specialist. What's a newborn care specialist? It means I go in, take care of the baby while mom and dad sleep overnight. I teach them about their baby, the basics. I teach them, answer their questions, help them to get on their way and get a fresh start with their baby. And when I say a fresh start, sometimes they don't know what's going on, or they are clueless as to they know they love their baby, but they need help. And someone told me this, you're going to help us get a fresh start because we didn't know what we were doing. Yes, I'm there to help them get a fresh start so they will know how to take care of their baby by the time I leave. Some of them I do sleep training for. I start out with sleep conditioning, depending on the age of the child, but I do sleep training for them too. So that is what I do. I also own this awesome company called This Jam Good. If you haven't heard of us, go over to our Instagram page, This Jam Good. Go to our website, thisjamgood.com. Check us out. We will be vending this Saturday here in the Austin area. And excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. My allergies are acting up. That's why I'm here early, so my voice won't run out before I get done. But I am vending this weekend on Saturday with my jams. If you are in the Austin area, hit me up on This Jam Good. I can give you the location, or you can follow me on Instagram and find out where we're going. Anyway, with all that being said, tonight I'm going to talk to you with you all about um, Every Day Ain't Sunshine. And a lot of you all know that when you have a child acting out, uh, as my grandma said, pitching a fit, or having a temper tantrum, sometimes it's not all about that moment. Sometimes it's a buildup of things that are going on around them, and they don't know how to express themselves and tell you, hey, I miss my mama. Hey, I miss my daddy. Hey, I'm feeling sad because this is happening in my home or that is happening in my home. All they know how to do is act out, and it can work your last. When I hear you, hear me when I tell you, it can work your last nerves. Even those of us who have been in it for a long time, we have to stop and breathe. When you are in it for a long time and it's barely lunchtime and you're exhausted from fighting their willpower because their will says, I'm going to do this. And you're like, no, you're going to hurt yourself if you do that. But they are more determined when you say no to do whatever it is that they want to do. Mm-mm, no. I have been taking care of three sets of families this summer, um, that mom and dad left town, and I was there with them. The first set, was an older set of twins. The second family was the baby was 7 months, and then the last one, the child was 21 months. So all three of them were different. All three of them showed expressed themselves of how they missed their mom differently. The older set of twins, they're 4 years old. They can talk. I talk to them about their feelings. I talk to them, how do you feel? What's going on? And they tell me. But when I tell you, the baby, not so much. I mean, it was fussy. The baby was fussy, but this 21-month-old, y'all, I had to sit. I put myself in timeout. And I know we don't use timeout anymore, but I had to go in timeout. And I said, I just need to breathe because it was working. I wasn't feeling 100%. I was tired because she was up the night before. So I was tired and I was like, I need some time. I need a minute. Let me breathe. So I put myself in timeout and I had to get it together and realize it's not the child being bad, because some people I know, my elders, they always say, "Oh, girl, she cutting the fool." No, your child is not acting a fool. Your child is missing their mom. Your child is missing their dad. Your child is not used to having a stranger in their house. And I think I do things differently. Thank you, Rose. I do things differently than mom and dad. And because I do things differently than mom and dad, it's hard on them because mama doesn't say I know. Mama said I could do this. Daddy said I can do that. And I know from being in childcare for a long time, just because you think it's okay, I'm like, not on my watch. You're not going to get hurt. And I'm not ending up in the hospital while your mama and daddy are out of town. That's not going to happen. Not on my watch. Uh, the practic, uh, the practically fun nanny says sometimes caregivers need a timeout. Yes, I needed a timeout, and so I took one. And it was only about 3 minutes, but I just had to breathe and calm myself and remind myself to extend some grace. This child is acting out because they missed their mom, because they missed their dad, because the schedule is still the same, but I do it differently. Or I change the schedule so that we would have more fun. Or trying to keep them busy and keep them occupied to keep their mind off of missing mama and daddy. So I had the responsibility of doing it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm sitting and I'm rocking and I'm like, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. Hi, Blossoms Mona. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Um, I just, it just, uh, when I tell you, it wrecked my last nerve. And I'm usually pretty calm, cool, and collected. But this one day, I thought I was going to lose it, y'all. I was like, okay, is it nap time yet? Can I put it down early? What's going on? I'm sitting here drawing streets, trying to think of looking on the internet, trying to find something for us to do while mom and dad are gone to keep her occupied because my nerves are like, I'm like this. My nerves are going like this. And I'm just like, okay, if she do one more thing, I'm going to be crying too. I'm going to be in tears too because that's how aggravated I was at the time. Hi, Miss Morgan. How are you? Thank you for joining me. Um, Hello, Blossoms Mona. Thank you for joining me. Yes, it is an interesting topic. It's kind of like a confessional because I know I'm not the only one. I know that I'm not the only nanny or caregiver or mom or dad that goes through this. because there are times when, dad goes and mom is there by herself, or dad goes and mom is there by herself. And there are times when both parents go and I'm there by myself. And it just makes a difference when the whole entourage is there instead of just one person being there. It makes a difference because everything falls on you, keeping the schedule, cooking, keeping them from, pretty much hurting themselves, because kids act differently when mom and dad are around than they do when you're there by them yourself with them, and they will try everything. Let me see if I can do this and get away with it. Let me see if I can, uh, let me just climb up here while she's putting that. Turn your back for 2 seconds. I'm telling you, you turn to put something on the shelf, turn back, and they have climbed up the shelf. And you have to run over there and grab them off the shelf. How many times a day? Don't even count them, because they know I pushed a button. Ooh, let me do this again, because it doesn't matter with the child whether they get positive or negative attention. They just want your attention. So I'm sitting here like, okay, Lord, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. I said, I am about to lose it. And I gave her water. My head said water. Give her water. Give her water. Play in the water. We went outside, played in the water, sand and water table. And even though she splashed water all over me, I probably needed it because it helped me to cool down too. But for 30 minutes, she was contained, and I could just sit there and just breathe. And she was talking to me, and I was talking back to her. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, calm down. You got this. You know what's going on. You know why she's acting out. Somewhere in the back of her head that, you know, she can't tell you that she misses mom and dad. But also in the back of my mind, I'm like, girl, if you don't stop, get down, stop doing this. No, come over here. No, don't do that. And trying to be mindful of my words, trying to be not losing and go, no, don't do that. Don't do that. No, 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 no. My old self would have done that. My new self is like, okay, let's not climb on that as I'm taking her down. Yes, Miss Morgan, working with young children is a full body mental workout. It is, and it's more mental than anything, because you have to, instead of cringing, you have to reshape that into something else. And I try to reshape it into something positive, and put it out there instead of something negative, because I believe that words have power. And I'm like, she is not being bad. She's just being busy. She's just busy. And I'm trying to keep her busy. But this kind of business is not the business that I was thinking of. So being that person that has to deal with all of that, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Um, the practically funny fun na- I'm going to get your name right. The practically fun nanny says, great self-awareness on your part to realize you need a break. Yes, I don't hesitate to take a break when I need a break. I will find something quiet for them to do. After I did my timeout, we went outside and played in the water, because I knew I needed something to occupy her where I could just sit and calm my nerves. And honestly, it worked. It worked. Her playing in the water calmed her down, kept her busy, helped me calm down. We took water and snacks outside on the back patio with the water table, and we sat out there and we had a decent time. And I say decent because it would have been fun had I not been so riled up all the way up here. If I'm all the way up here, hold on, let me move my camera back. If I'm all the way up here and she's all the way up there, I need both of us to come down so we can meet somewhere in the middle. And it brought both of our levels down. And just about the time when we were done, and it was time to go in and get ready to take a bath, that's when I finally calmed down. And I was like, okay, you can do this. You can make it through the rest of the day. It's only an hour or so left. But I went to bed early that night, y'all. I went to bed early because I was just like, I had a headache. And even I knew it was tension because it was just building there. And I knew there was no way that I was gonna make it. Hi, Positive Nanny. Hi, Mom CJM. Thank you for joining me. Okay. Tanira says, I'm a daytime, I'm in a daytime situation where I am trying to train a 7-week old who is missing mom and dad. Oh, and his anxious parents who react in urgency to every whimper. Today was exhausting. I am ready to walk away. We are not making progress. Sometimes you feel that way. I don't blame you, Tanera. I feel that way sometimes too. And I go and I take a break. I walk away from the situation. I go home. I leave whatever's at work at work. I leave it there. And I go home. I find something funny to laugh at on TV or find some music that makes me dance. And I get basically shake all that off of me. In the situation I'm talking about where I had to be there, I was on 24/7 for 10 days straight. It's harder to do that, to walk away. My walk away was when I put her down for the night and I went and I just relaxed, took a shower, just stood under the shower spray and just like breathe and calm down. Got me, drank some water, went and got in the bed because I know she was with mom and dad being gone. She was gonna wake up extra early, and she did. Instead of waking up at 7, she woke up at 5:30, and she played for a few minutes. And by 6:30, she was done and was like, "Come get me." So I'm glad I went to bed early. So I was rested, and I knew that because I was not well rested, that handling her that day, it was like hanging on by a thread. And I'm trying to tie a knot and reach beyond the break and hold on. So yeah, there are days that are like that, and it is hard. Had both parents gone, I was a mess for 2 days. Oh, Blossoms Mona, I know that feeling. I know exactly what you mean. That is not a good feeling to have. Um, oh, somebody had a toddler busy is not the same as adult busy. This is true. Toddler busy is totally not the same as adult busy because toddler busy is you have to have it together because they're like ping 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 ping, and anything that you react to or overreact to, they see it as attention, and seeing that as an attention, like, oh, let me do that again. I got her attention. Ping, 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 ping. And it goes on all day long because they got your attention. Because young toddlers like repetitiveness and they like to have your attention. And they're like, Gigi, watch this, watch this. Gigi, watch this, watch this. You see me, Gigi? Do you see me? Do you see me? Yes, I see you. Watch this, watch this. You're not watching. Come on, watch me. Constantly, all day long. And if you don't have a resistance and a tolerance to the repetitiveness that goes on with the toddler, You lost the battle from the get-go. Michelle says, I take a breather and just put the moment in perspective. I get to go home versus the parents. Yes, but that's true. But the situation that I was in, Michelle, I was there for 10 days, 24 hours. So I didn't get to go home, but I did get to go to sleep. And I learned one thing too. When she takes that 3 hour nap, I need to be napping too. So I can go for round two when she gets up from nap until bedtime. So most of our outside and fun activities were done in the morning. But that one particular day, nothing that I did. No, 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 no. It was no. And if you try to pick her up and she's fighting and you're out in public and everybody's looking at you, why are you trying to wrestle that child? Are you trying to steal that child? Why are you trying to take that child? No, I'm not trying to take the child. I'm trying to get the child to the car so we can go home and she can have this fit at home in the privacy of the house, and I can just sit there and just make sure she don't hurt herself. Because sometimes when they pitch a fit or have a temper tantrum, you just have to let them be mad. Understand, I understand you're angry. I understand you're sad. And I understand you need to get it out. We as adults, we need to get it out. When we feel angry, upset, and we are so angry, we angry enough to spit fire, as I like to say, we need to know how to calming techniques, how to get it out, how to, go somewhere to ourselves and calm ourselves. I was trying to get her out of the park and she's holding on to the merry-go-round. No, 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 kicking, holding on. I'm trying to pry one hand. I get one hand off, she grabs the other. I get one hand off, she grabs the other. It was like a never-ending battle, but we made it through that day. And the next day, everything was back to normal. We were just fine. Both of us had to make it through that day. Every day is not sunshine. Every day is not going to have us, you know, there's a silver lining at the end, but every day is not going to be sunshine. You're going to have to deal with those acting out. And even if mama and daddy are not there, even uh, just on the playground, or you said no to something that they wanted, it starts sometimes if they're not well rested, it starts an all day battle. And you have to fight that battle all day long. Yes, some days are just about survival. Yes, some days you have to learn how to just survive your children. And at the end of the day, look in the mirror and say, I did that. I survived the 2 year old. I did that because they have such tiny bodies, but such big emotions. And surviving them is like a job. It is like a job just to survive the 2 year old, the toddler tantrum. It just is. And do you all have any questions? I'm done talking, but doing my confession, I guess. Do you all have any questions? I came on early because I have a appointment that I cannot miss at 7 o'clock, and I know that I usually come on at 7:30, which is in the middle of my appointment. So I came on early today so that I could answer your questions. I didn't want to skip and miss. Sometimes on I know on TikTok there's no way of telling you I'm not going to be there tonight, or I'm going early, or I'm coming on late. So I just have to just know that I'll be here on Tuesdays. And, you know, your notifications, if you turn on your notifications, it lets you know when I'm live. But do I have any more questions? Any questions? Any at all? Because if not, I'm going to end this broadcast and bid you adieu. And thank you all for joining me. Thank you for participating. Thank you all for your support. And nannies, like I said before, this is our week to celebrate our profession. Grab a nanny, take them to lunch, take them, meet up with the kids, have a play date, uh, bring a special lunch that day, and y'all have a play date in the park, or go to dinner one night, or early dinner if you have to work the next day, Friday night, Saturday. Uh, if not, even if you know nannies and you know they're not going to do anything, plan something. Hey, you busy Friday night? Come on, let's go get a let's go get a drink. Let's go, get a cup of coffee. Let's go out to dinner. Let's go to a comedy show. Let's go to a concert. Whatever the case may be. Let's go to the movies. Celebrate yourselves. We have the toughest, one of the toughest jobs. And on top of that, we are essential workers. So, all during COVID, yes, we were working. Under COVID conditions, we were working. So, if anything, celebrate yourselves, please. And since I don't have any questions, I will bid you all adieu. Thank you all for joining me again. You too, the Practically Fun Nanny. I got it right this time. Yay! You too. You all have a great night, and I will see you all next Tuesday. And I can't guarantee you the same time, but I'll see you all next Tuesday. All right. Have a great week.